Mookie Betts ain't going anywhere. According to our friend Jeff Passan from ESPN, he has received a 12-year, $365 million extension to remain a member of the Los Angeles Dodgers, even though he has yet to play a single game that counts in Dodger blue. Woo! So if you're counting at home, make that 6 players in Major League history that are now guaranteed at least 300 million bones, which is good work if you can find it. Kev, when you first heard about the possibility this morning, when you woke up and checked your phone, how shocked were you?
I was shocked. I was shocked because we are in this world right now where everybody doesn't really know. We're learning day to day, right? The pandemic started, 4 to 5 months ago. It's been a little strange for everybody involved, and including when you're a free agent, you're sitting back going, wow, how does baseball move forward? Where is it going to be? We have a 60-game season, so when you first heard the deal, I'm like, this is awesome. This means it's healthy. This means we got some baseball and some signings that are ahead of us, because it's a little bit of a scary time if you're an active player. I don't care who you are. It's a little scary because you don't know. And Mookie, was with the Red Sox. They offered him some deals behind the scenes or whatever he said no to, and then all of a sudden, boom, he goes to Dodgers, and all of a sudden, boom, baseball stops. So it's got to be a little scary, but this is awesome, and let's get down to it. This is a wonderful, wonderful player, if not the second best player in the big leagues behind Mike Trout.
Okay, by the way, we can take our big graphics eraser right down here and erase the report sign, because the Dodgers have just sent the email and made it official. Mookie Betts does indeed have his 12-year extension with the club. Oh, yes! Woo! I don't know who's working graphics today, but whoever it is, you just got a 12-year extension for $365 million. It was John Daly who just did that. You get a raise. You walk up to McGlarry and Patterson's office and say, Millar and Rose sent you. You get 12 years for $365 million. Don't spend it all on booze, John Daly. Thank you. Okay, so as far as what this means, I was shocked from one standpoint, because we do live in uncertain times with the pandemic, but also because the collective bargaining agreement is going to expire in a little bit more than a year after the 2021 season. So I didn't know how that would play out. I think it's great news, obviously, for the Dodgers, great news for their fans, great news eventually for the health of this sport in these uncertain times. And it also goes to show you exactly what type of not only player Mookie Betts is, but what sort of guy. That he was around this team for 5 or 6 weeks in the spring, and then another 3 since they've come back for summer camp, and he won these guys over to the point where they said, yeah, let's just back it up, Kev.
Yeah, let's be honest, Chris. They knew what kind of person, what kind of player Mookie Betts is. I don't think he was out there trying to showcase his talents. You can go back to the videos and watch that. And I'm sure that Andrew's done a great job of talking to guys and what kind of teammate he is. You watch him play the game, you have a feel that this is an awesome person. He's a leader. You don't hear anything outside the locker room. He's all of baseball, his work habits. He reminds me of a young Derek Jeter. And when I tell young, I know he's 27 years old. But, Derek Jeter, there would be times that optional hitting on Sunday, and everybody's like, oh, yes. But when you see the captain out there taking BP at 10 in the morning or 12 in the afternoon for a Sunday game, that means you better be out there. And so Mookie Betts is that kid. That's the kid. He's an MVP. The work habits never leave him. He's not just get paid and shut it down. That's not what he's about. This has got great makeup. He's a great base runner. He's a great fielder. He's a great hitter. He does everything on the baseball great. So it's a great sign for the Dodgers and awesome for the fans.
All right, so there's another side of this equation, and that's the team that he left behind, the Boston Red Sox, when he was traded along with David Price for, Verdugo and Jeter Downs. If you're a fan of the Red Sox today, what are you feeling?
Yeah, I think that umbilical cord has been cut, period. So you feel like, oh, goodness gracious, because I think the true feeling of a Red Sox fan was like, if we don't have baseball this year and the Dodgers don't get a chance to see Mookie Betts, not saying that this deal wouldn't have been done anyways, and then hits the free agent market, do we have a chance to sign him back? Is it a 2% chance or is it 20%? But I think that was the initial feeling, like, Now we're going to get no baseball. Maybe we'll get a chance to get him back. This is done. I think you move forward, and now, like you said, you got the Verdugo aspect of it, and the the Jeter Downs aspect of it. Like, the time will tell, and the future will tell how this is going to be. But you know that Mookie Betts is one of the greatest players that this game's seen in a long time. So I don't think you sit here and compare. You just got to hope these two guys you got can go out there and produce and stay healthy.
Well, as a fan, you're going to be chapped, and that's just the way it is. Let's be honest. It's very difficult. I don't care how much money you have as an owner. It's tough to scratch a check for $365 million over a dozen years to just one guy in this sport.
Yeah.
Because it takes an entire team. It takes a full 25, or in this case, in 2020, a full 30 guys for the first few weeks of the year. So I understand why maybe Boston didn't extend him. But if you are a fan and you love everything about Mookie Betts, helped you win another World Series title, he won an MVP, he played every day, he does everything right on the field, in the batter's box, he's the best defensive right fielder in the game, all sorts of stuff. It's going to chap. It's going to chap you, man. And you have a right to be upset and sit there and wonder, well, why can't we afford him if the Dodgers can afford him? Our owners are rich, too. Why can't they do it? It's okay to question it. You just have to understand that at some point, the economics don't make sense always. This is really the first time that the Dodgers have swung big time on an everyday player. They've given some big time contracts to pitchers, whether it's extending Kershaw or bringing in Greinke and all that sort of stuff. But we're talking about a guy, an everyday baseball player for over $300 million. Last point, Kev, that's a big chunk of change.
Yeah, and real quick, Chris, you don't get a chance to sign these kind of players every day, right? It was kind of like when Garrett Cole was coming out in free agency, and you sat there like, this is a special pitcher, and you're going to pay special dollars. Mookie Betts is the same way. So Yankees got Garrett Cole. They offered, Garrett Cole some kind of money, whatever the Dodgers' exact number was. But you also knew they had a plan like, we have a chance to have one of the greatest players out there. It's not just a great player, it's one of the top players in all of baseball. So yeah, you don't have a chance to sign these kind of players too often, and boom, they had a chance, and they did it. Congratulations to the Dodgers organization.